Should we tell the audience it's 11 in the morning right now?
3.
Conservative.
Out of 5.
I like what you're doing here. Yeah.
Ryan Seacrest high-fiving blind kids.
This is getting no vaginas moist. Nobody's getting laid in this ghetto. All right, hey.
All right, hey.
We're here. Jesus, first episode of 2Nerds1Bottle.
Yeah, very first one. I'm a little nervous, a little excited.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I might have had a nervous poo this morning. Full disclosure. Yeah, no, I know I've been super pumped to get this done. I know we've talked about it a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Here we go.
Here we go.
So welcome everyone to your first episode of 2Nerds1Bottle. I'm Ryan.
I'm Dan.
And we're two hairy nerds. Let's just face the facts. So a big part of our show is going to be reviewing some booze. So today I brought with me some Jim Beam Double Oak Twice Barreled, not once, twice. Check this out. I was reading this morning before I came. The legacy. Double Oak is a whiskey to rival any other. It is first aged and charred in American white oak barrels. Then we pour it into another freshly charred barrel to mature it for a second time. The added interaction with the oak wood results in a liquid intense flavor, smooth in taste. Sorry, Jim Beam will be the judge of that. You wanna try it? Should we do this?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's dive right in. Thank you, sir.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh God. Wait. That smells like liquid death. I'm getting hints of poison.
This is going to.
Should we tell the audience it's 11 in the morning right now?
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's to our first show.
Ooh.
It's not bad.
It's not too bad.
Let's hit it again.
Ooh.
It's worse the second time. It's totally worse the second time.
It is, yeah. What would you rate this on a scale?
I mean, I don't think whiskey's supposed to taste good. Like, no one is like, I'd like a tall glass of refreshing whiskey on a sunny day. No, I don't think it's supposed to taste good. I think I heard Joe Rogan say it the best. He said whiskey's supposed to taste like the devil's asshole. So, in honor of Joe Rogan, I'm going to give this, because it was pretty smooth for devil's asshole.
It was pretty smooth, yeah.
I'm going to give it a solid 3.5 devil's assholes out of 5. You?
3.5? I'm going to rate this, I would say, 3.
Conservative.
Out of 5.
I like what you're doing here. Yeah.
Ryan Seacrest high-fiving blind kids.
We'll see where it goes. I am pumped.
As you should be. Well, I'm giving you a high five. High five. High five. Congratulations. There it is.
Well played, sir.
Yeah.
Let's simmer this down and throw some Coca-Cola on her, I think.
I agree.
So, I know we don't have a global audience quite yet, but I was thinking on the way over, I'm like, I'd like to address sort of like a local issue that I discovered on the way to our studios.
Okay, yeah.
I turned down the Anthony Henday, the 216 there.
Yeah.
Lucifer's ballsack, what is up with that road? You drive that all the time, right?
Coming down,
Let me give you a hint as to what I'm talking about.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
What is happening? I thought something was wrong with my truck on the way here. I was like, has it
Yeah.
always been like that?
That road is hell.
Yeah, that's fucked. I'm glad we're on the same page there. Sorry everyone. I'm sorry to someone in Brazil who has no idea what we're talking about. But yeah, that's some serious shit. I did not enjoy that.
Yeah.
All right then. So what What can we dive into? How about a little bit of introductions to our nerdness? I don't know if everyone can see. I brought my Optimus Prime hoodie. I'll just give you a little demonstration here. How awesome it is. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, I just about zipped to my beard. What do you think of that?
Autobots, transform and roll out.
Transform and roll out. I've instantly noticed a terrible, terrible decision with wearing this today. This is really inhibiting everything. It's funny because I sort of rate your like nerd apparel on how likely you are to get laid in it. You know what I mean? Let's face the facts. This is getting no vaginas moist. Nobody's getting laid in this getup.
It's a pretty dry vagina shirt.
Yeah, parched.
Desert.
We'll just shed this, but I brought. Check this out. Check this out. A little bit of chewy action on the downside.
Chewy action on the shirt.
Yeah, let's get comfortable. What are some things that you think brings you into the nerd genre, Dan?
Into the nerd genre, eh?
Other than, I don't know, the viewers can't see this room or the room we're in. There's no question. There's no question in my eyes right now.
Yeah. I think it all started when I was young, actually. And I got my first Nintendo.
Ooh, that's what sucked you in, eh?
That's what sucked me in, yeah. There's this game called Demon Sword. And basically, it's a game where you just try to make it through the level without shit flying around and hitting you.
Did your phone just go off?
It did.
Amateur. And you think that drug you in?
I think it did, because I was hardcore into it. Like, I would play it straight. I tried playing it the other day, and I could barely get through the first level. And I used to make it all the way through.
Yeah, you know what? The old games are notoriously difficult. I downloaded an emulator and a bunch of ROMs, and I was like, what the fuck? Serious? Like, I remember beating this game.
Yeah.
The infamous... I landed on the aircraft carrier in Top Gun. I did that as a child.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody does that.
Nobody, no?
Yeah, for me, I'm a product of the 80s, so I got sucked in hard into the Nintendo Entertainment System and all that jazz. So there was definitely the video games that pulled me in at a young age, like you. But for me, it was definitely comic books. I know that we've talked about, like, I'm a legit comic book nerd. And for me, it was, there's a kid up the street. It was, like, sort of the height of the, like, I don't know if you know much about it, but when the whole Image Comics thing was going down, like Todd McFarlane and Rob Liefeld and all those guys starting, like, it was like this huge boom. Everyone was like, oh, I'm gonna go buy all these #1 issues, and you know, like, that's what sucked me in, was getting all these #1 copies and editions of like Spawn and Pit and Wildcats, thinking that like they're gonna make me rich one day, and turns out they're like, if they, you know, put out like 50 billion issues of a comic book, it's really not worth shit.
Yeah.
But that was what sucked me in. And then like, I you know what? To be honest, I could probably go back further and say that like Transformers. I fucking love Transformers, man.
Yeah.
Since a kid, had them all, love them to this day. Like, I have an extensive Transformer collection. I think that's really what defines me as a nerd, because a lot of people might look at me, big beard, you know, and then like, that guy doesn't seem like he's in the comic. I'd come down into my basement, sir. And you'd be like, oh yeah, okay.
I know I had a few people from work just like stop by, and as soon as they come in this room, they're like, okay, I understand now.
Yeah, all my stuff got banished. I'm only allowed to have it in one room of the house.
Yeah.
And it's so bad because like this Christmas I got another gigantic, you know, $250 Transformer, and it doesn't have a home. It needs a home.
Yeah.
It's like my collection's starting to actually spill out, and I tried tried everything in my power to allow it to be displayed somewhere else in the house. No, it wasn't happening. It wasn't happening. Sort of sad. Sort of really sad, actually. Poor Triptychon.
It's always hard when you have to, like, explain your collection.
Yeah, people just don't get
Because,
it.
People don't get it. Like, I bought this Tracer statue,
Mm-hmm.
and I was told it was a waste of money.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are wasting money. People waste
Well,
their money on all
there-
sorts of
yeah.
stupid shit. Drugs, alcohol,
Yeah.
hookers, you know,
Yeah.
the list goes on and on. Everyone has their vices, I guess. Yeah, I get that a lot too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what are you gonna do, man? The funny thing with mine is like, the first question everyone always asks me is like, do you play with them? I was like, yes, sir. I have epic battles by myself. Some of them I've never even transformed. I just like to have them up on display.
Yeah.
So I don't know. My son bought me my first like gift transformer from him for this Christmas, and my son has like this thing where he likes to buy people presents that perhaps he would like to play with as well.
Oh yeah.
So he's like, I opened this present up and it's this sweet transformer. I was like, oh man, thank you, Riker. I can't wait to go put this downstairs with the other ones. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, oh, I'm going to put it downstairs on display with all the other ones. He's like, it's not a decoration, Dad. And he's like, I'm like, no, it's a decoration. I'm going to put it up on the shelf with all the friends. And he's 4 years old. And he's like, Dad, when you say things like this, it makes me not want to be your friend anymore. Yeah, well played, sir. Well played.
Do you want to get into the Disney side of things?
Oh, God.
Are you feeling this?
Yeah. I guess we could dabble into that a little bit. You should explain it. You're a little more up to speed. I'm all about emotions and feelings.
Feelings? Well, let's see. Basically, Disney has been, they're basically running the game. They've been taking over everything.
Mm-hmm.
They bought Marvel, Star Wars, like Lucasfilms. They recently just purchased Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Couple $1 billion there. So do you view this as like a bad thing, a good thing? Like, there's pros and cons to it, but like, how do you?
I got mixed emotions. To be perfectly honest, I got mixed emotions.
Yeah, same.
I mean, obviously, like right away, I totally dig, the financial backing, being backed by this huge giant.
Yeah.
This giant anti-Semitic racist head in a jar. but I don't know. Like, I definitely like to touch on the Star Wars. It's funny because I know like the new Star Wars movie has got a ton of hate. Like, let's be honest, like people freaking hate that movie. And my initial reactions when I came out of theater was that I liked it. I'm not a blind idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched the movie. I seen the film get Disneyed. Like I seen it all. Like
Yeah.
it was very obvious.
Yeah.
Little fuzzy creatures, and what I mean, like just there's a lot of that stuff in there that didn't need to be in there. But I still have to go. Like, I mean, we talked about it after, and you were very anti, and I came out, like I said, enjoying it. And after listening to you, I was like, did I hate it? I don't know. And I went down this little rabbit hole and watching videos and listening to people talk about it. But at the end, I sort of came back, and I was like, I gotta go with my initial reaction when I walked out of the theater, and I liked it. I mean, I liked it. But I like I said, I did recognize that it was like sort of fucky. I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't full on hate the movie.
You could have fooled me, sir.
I liked it, but I didn't know what to think of it when it first came out. It was a long movie. There's no denying that. So
that scene didn't need to be in the movie. The casino.
Oh,
the
yeah,
whole shenanigan there.
yeah, it was basically Disney showing everything is like being taken over by the Empire, the First Order kind of thing. And then it was, but it's funny because it's them, if you think about it. They basically show what they're doing. I know, right?
Disney is the Empire.
Yeah,
I like what you did there, sir.
Yeah.
Well played, my Sock is stuck on the chair. Jesus.
Yeah. When I was watching that, that's all I was thinking. I was like, this is kind
Ma-
of hypocritical.
The mental image of I just got like some Walt Disney's pickled head in a jar in a robot body with like the Emperor's robes on.
Yeah.
Too good.
Yeah. I think, I don't know, I'm a little on the fence too, because on one side, what Disney has done with Marvel and like their whole, that whole line of movies and stuff, they've been pretty good.
Yeah, I can't lie. I can't argue that. I can't argue. I think everything that they're doing over there is pretty much gold. I mean, there's a few complaints here and there, but I mean, like the huge undertaking of the cinematic universe and all coming together. I mean, like nobody's ever done anything like that before.
Yeah. And that's kind of the good thing, because before, when we had the other movies, it was Fox making a movie, Sony making a movie. You know what I mean? And it was like different studios with different visions, where now it's kind of unified under Disney, and they can say, okay, make the movie this way, you make the movie this way, kind of thing.
I just, I definitely think that like with Disney at the wheel, there's gonna be a void. There's gonna be a void in these movies as to like, you know, I mean, like I like a dark movie.
Yeah.
You know, I like shit to get real once in a while. You know, like I don't we both talked about it before with the Thor movie. We both had the exact same complaint, and I was like, man, that movie was great.
Yeah.
It's super, super funny. I laughed my ass off through the whole thing. But if the movie left me craving anything, I was like, I could have went for a little bit more conflict, a little bit more seriousness, a little bit more depth, maybe. Like,
Yeah, and that brings me to my one worry about this whole thing, is they're rated R properties. Because now that they own Fox, they own Aliens, Predators.
Walt, if you fuck up Predator, I hope Arnold like goes over there and breaks your stupid jar with your head to open his. What have you done?
Yeah.
How could you do this?
Hey, you want to be a farmer? Here's a couple of acres.
Totally. Yeah, no, like, you know, like those are. I mean, well, truth to be known, like all these franchises. I mean, Star Wars, that franchise was precious to me. Predator is precious to me. Aliens is precious to me. Like, I grew up on this stuff. It means a lot to me, and like, yeah, like that's really concerning, because I can get Disneying up some superhero shit, and I've seen it. Like, man, like there's like a lot of scenes in those, like the Avengers movies, or it's just like cue heroic music, cue slow motion with everybody. You know what I mean? I was like, but I get it. It's a superhero movie. You're trying to hit a wide audience. I get it. But like, I don't want to see any of that shit with Predator.
Yeah.
If it bleeds, we can kill it, and that's it. You know, that's all I want to see.
I did hear, I'm pretty sure they said they were going to reboot Aliens versus Predator.
You've heard the expression, you can't polish a turd. Those movies are garbage. Terrible movies.
So, yeah, that's what I was worried about. Is like, does Disney know how to do rated R?
No. I'm going to tell you right now, no.
No.
And they're not going to do anything that's going to
tarnish their brand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a freaky thought, man. It's definitely a freaky thought.
Yeah. And who knows? Maybe we could have like one of the best movies we've ever seen from them that's rated R. We don't know until it happens. It's just kind of new territory for them. I have worries.
Significant worries.
Deep, trembling, keep me up at night worries.
Bowel shaking worries. Yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see how it plays out. But I don't know. It definitely freaks me out. That's like, you got the Black Panther movie coming up too, and like I just hope that's not just like a. I don't know. I don't want to say too much about it quite yet, but I have my concerns with that as well. I hope they keep it good.
Yeah.
Because that's probably one of the coolest characters they got right now, for sure.
I know when I saw Civil War, and they introduced Black Panther when he was chasing after the Winter Soldier.
Oh, yeah,
that whole
whipping.
three-way chase between...
Yeah.
That blew me away. Like, when I watched it in the movie theater, holy crap.
Well, we've talked about that. Oh, that was Civil War.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we talked about what our favorite Marvel movie was, and that right is like I think that right there ties in a little bit to what we're talking about. In that, like, my favorite movie was The Winter Soldier because I felt it was like an action movie.
Yeah.
It was like a full blown action movie. There's so much shit going on, like, and I definitely feel like when you look at the movies since that movie, it just, in my eyes, it's just been like comedy.
Yeah.
More comedy, more comedy, more comedy, more laughs, more comedy, and getting away from the action. And
Yeah.
I use like my wife, when I got her, my lady, my fiance. When I first got with her, she hated all that shit. I hated it, and when I bring her to these movies, I sort of use her almost as like a gauge as to the general reaction of the public.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
like I'm a super nerd. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's terrible movies that I enjoy watching just because I enjoy the properties, or you know what I mean? Like, tons of those out there. But like, I'll bring her to the movie, and I just sort of she really enjoyed Thor, and I get it, and I think that's what they were trying to do, was like hit this giant wide audience, involve a lot of people. You know, people are like, you know, this is a super hilarious movie, and
Yeah.
I'm sure it didn't hurt that, you know, Thor was the body of a Greek god, you know? I'm sure that lured a few people in. But.
Yeah. Since we're speaking about like Disney and Marvel and stuff, they are putting out a prelude comic to Infinity War. And this is something I wanted to see your opinion on.
Because honestly, I'm sorry to jump in, but that right there, that whole storyline, as an official, like, legit comic book nerd who actually reads them, and I'm like, you know, that is a very cherished storyline to me, and to a lot of comic book nerds. I'm very curious to see what they're gonna do with it.
Yeah. So, in most movies, when there's like a plot hole or something that doesn't go right, there's no comic book to fall back on. Right? There's just like critics reviewing it and saying there's plot holes and stuff. Whereas with like the Marvel stuff, the Star Wars stuff, there is stuff to fall back on. There's comic books, there's other movies, cartoons.
They got that encyclopedia.
Yeah, so like, do you think it's like almost like a cop-out to keep stuff out of the story, or do you feel like this is like a legit part?
I would say it's a good idea, because I think it would cater to, like I said, people like me who, you know, might watch the movie and be like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, what doesn't make sense? What about this? What about that? What about this? I don't remember that. And it might fill in a bit of the gaps, you know, in the movies, because I don't know. That's another thing. We talked about that before. I think movies are getting a little clunky nowadays. Like, trying to cram in all this content into, like, you know, 2.5 hours, whereas you can go on Netflix and watch, you know, what, like 25 hours of, you know, of a storyline. Like,
Basically, what this comic does is it fills the gap in between Civil War and the Infinity War. And spoiler alert, I guess, but in the comic book... oh god.
Okay, go.
So in the comic book, Black Panther's sister is the smartest person on the planet, basically. And while the Winter Soldier is in cryo sleep, she figures out how to remove his brainwashed state and the triggers and stuff. So basically, when we see him in Infinity War, he's going to be...
Good to go.
Good to go, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. In comic books, I'll just use the Infinity War saga, for instance. You got, like, say I can't remember how many issues along with, so I'll just say 10 issues of the actual Infinity War. And then you'll always have all the tie-ins.
Yeah.
So whatever character is involved in that, in their designated comic books, there'll be issues explaining how that character came in. So it makes sense to me. It makes perfect sense.
We're living basically in the age of superheroes right now.
Oh my god. What a great time to be a nerd.
It is. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Like, they hit it off with a couple movies, and now it's just, you can't deny it. They're the blockbuster biggest movies right now.
Yeah, they're huge.
And it's spanning from there to video games, like everything.
I was laughing about this the other day. Like, it truly is a great time. Like, could you imagine? I mean, like, you look at, like, what's the number one show on television? It's fucking dragons and fucking wizards and, you know, Dragon Queen. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And it's cool. People are into that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe, I think if in the 70s or the 80s, you know what I mean? Like, if you were like, oh, I'm in a Dungeons and Dragons and
Yeah.
getting your ass beat
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
time, you know? Like, you collect comic books? What?
Yeah.
But you look at like today's culture, and like, cosplay is huge. And, like, you know, girls just do cosplay just to look hot. I'm all for that. You know what I mean? Like, you got cosplay, you got, like, you know what I mean? I think back in the day, something like a comic book convention, yeah, have fun with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you go to a Comic-Con nowadays, it's insane. It's like insanity. Like, it's crazy, man. You got slutty girls, you got, you know, limited edition prints, you got movie stars. Like, it's a big deal. Like, I love it.
Yeah.
I love all of it. Like, I think it's amazing.
Yeah. I was actually surprised because, like, the last 2 years in a row, we've went to the Comic-Con here in Edmonton. And I was like, okay, well, how big can this be?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, I don't really expect it to be that big, but there was, like, Carrie Fisher was there.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
There was, like, last year we got to meet Daredevil.
The guy with the stick, yeah.
Yeah, but we got to meet him. We got a picture taken with him. There was, like, a whole bunch of different actors and actresses and cosplayers that went there, and it was huge.
I see you got,
Oh!
what is that?
What a great time to explore this.
What seriously, what?
Oh.
Is that a crate filled with loot?
This is a loot crate.
Son, I've never been around one of these things before.
So this is...
You haven't pre-opened this, have you? Did you spoil the surprise?
I
you
did
son of a
not.
bitch?
No, I cut it and I was about to open it and I was like, no, I have to save this for the show.
I wish I could believe you, sir.
Okay, so this is December.
Okay.
And I believe the theme was explore.
Like Dora?
Kinda.
What? No. Alright.
So, yeah, this is our loot crate. The explore.
Oh, look at that.
Oh.
What is this? We got some,
We got some...
for the listeners there, we got, that means you, Mom. We got, what is some Star Wars,
some Star Wars art on the inside of the box.
yeah. A couple Star Destroyers, a couple X-Wings.
We have a electric purple Tracer statue.
Hey, you obviously have some sort of love for Tracer because
Oh.
you have a statue right over
Oh,
there.
why, look at that. I got a miniature statue now. Oh.
I don't know if I can see that.
Oh.
Oh, focus. Focus. Alright, what is that there? What else you got?
We got a shirt, because we love shirts.
I do love to cover my nipples.
That is Destiny 2. That's one of the ships.
It is. Oh, yeah.
That's pretty cool. Oh, we got a Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 calendar.
Look at Chris Pratt. What a dime piece. Hey? Is there any
He's
shirtless
pretty hot
pictures
now.
in there?
Oh, jeez. No.
Toss it.
I'll give this 2 out of 10. We got another loot pin. In every loot crate, you get a loot pin. And each loot pin has a code on it. And you can get different stuff like downloadable games or like a background for your phone. It's actually kind of neat.
Let me see that thing there. Oh, it's a rocket ship.
We got a comic book. Star Wars Adventures Destroyer Down.
Oh, I noticed this. Look at this. Disney. That means it's canon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is legit.
This is legit, yeah. It looks...
Disney. That guy ripped off my mustache.
yeah.
You can actually get different levels of these things, right?
Yeah.
So you could, and it's like a monthly subscription from what I know anyway.
Every now and again they'll have like a special loot crate that comes out, and you can pay.
Sound like you said lube crate.
Lube crate. Lube-ish. every now and again they'll have like a special edition. Like I got the Star Wars one, and it was a fairly decent size, and it had like a die-cast ship, like Kylo Ren ship, and you could build it, and it was to scale like that big.
Oh, cool.
So it was pretty cool, and there's like a bunch of different things, like a BB-8 mug in it, and a T-shirt and stuff. So they're pretty cool. You can get them monthly.
Hey, I was gonna ask you, you know those little Star Wars drones you got?
Yeah.
What did you pay for those?
So here's a story for you.
Yeah, because those are on sale now.
Yeah. Yeah. So here's a little tale for you.
I feel like I remember you saying you spent a lot of money on those. Yeah. Because I was in Bed Bath & Beyond, and they're not that much money no more.
When they first came out, I believe it was $199 for each one. Mm-hmm. And my wife actually got them for me for Christmas. Mm-hmm. And we got the X-Wing and the TIE Fighter. Mm-hmm. It was about almost $500 with GST and everything. Yeah. Yeah.
You are hashtag going out of control.
So we went to Bed Bath & Beyond yesterday.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because we were searching for a table for our studio.
And I figured, oh, well, my brother, I was going to get him some gifts late Christmas because he lives up in Fort Mac, so I have to mail him his gifts. So I figured what not to get him, but those Star Wars drones.
I seen the same thing yesterday, sir.
Yeah. $109.
Yeah.
$109. I bought 2 of them for less than the price Camille paid for one.
Crazy, eh?
It was pretty crazy.
That's a significant price drop. It was like 50%. Like what the F?
Yeah, I was kind of shocked too. I figured they would have been sold out by now, but or even like the TIE Fighter and the X-Wing, I figured would be sold out because the other one's just like a trooper on a speeder bike.
Yeah, that one's sort of stupid.
Yeah, it's even when we were looking, we're like, maybe that one's not the one.
That's not for us. No. The TIE Fighter one's dope. I like that one. And
Camille even said, like, that guy would not go in space. It shouldn't be up in the air. Like,
why is he fighting a TIE Fighter?
Yeah, and why is he fighting? Yeah, exactly. It's a battle drone. So it made no sense, kind of. So she's like, yeah, we'll get the TIE Fighter and the...
Yeah, no, I don't know why I felt the need to bring that up, but I was just like, fuck, man, I can't believe... Because I remember you saying you spent an exuberant amount of money on them. Yeah. Or, well, somebody did. Yeah. On the topic of Star Wars, since we've been jumping all over the place, what do you feel about this Kenobi? I heard reported, you probably know more information on it. I only seen, like, I heard they made an announcement. The filming, I believe, is supposed to start in 2019 or something like that.
Yeah, I haven't heard too much about it. I've only heard probably about as much as you. And I heard there was, like, talks to bring Ewan McGregor back.
I heard that as well, which is cool.
And I figure, like, I don't know.
Don't do it,
how are they gonna do it?
I have the higher ground.
I don't know. I'm kind of worried because I've been hearing, not to stray off, but the Solo movie that they're making.
I heard it bombed. I heard that it's not going to happen now.
Yeah, I've been hearing mixed things. I heard, yes, it's on, it's not on. This director quit. This director's being hired. Like, it sounds like a wreck.
Yeah.
So
sounds reminiscent of another movie franchise that we don't want to bring up right now. Yeah,
so this kind of, it's unsettling, really.
You want to hear my thoughts on this potential movie?
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as I heard about this, you know, Kenobi movie, with him living on, what is it, Tatooine or Tatooine, whatever the hell it's called.
Tatooine, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. In isolation. The first fucked up thing that jumped into my head was like having him living in isolation, and he's got like, they got that, you know, like that little battle droid, the round thing that shoots lasers that Luke was using for.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
with the
Like
lightsaber.
training droid.
Yeah, so I pictured that with a bloody handprint on it. And Obi-Wan's like, Wilson!
Wilson! Wilson!
I don't know why that jumped in my head. That's all I could think about. It was like, they should totally do it like a Star Wars Castaway movie. It'll be fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. I assume that's not what they're going to do, but I have no idea what they would even do for a storyline.
Yeah.
The guy's living in isolation. He's not an intricate part in Luke's life. I'm sure they could fill in the blanks.
And,
I mean, realistically.
Yeah,
I'm sure they got far more. I mean, you heard my storyline.
Yeah.
I'm sure they got a writer that's going to come up with something better than that.
Yeah.
There's that fucking pickled head in a jar again, just working its magic. I heard there's a new Black Panther trailer. Have you seen that yet?
I have not seen it yet. I've heard stories.
Oh, really? Good stories or bad stories?
I'd say they're probably good. People were comparing it to Dragon Ball Z.
What?
They're saying like,
There's a bunch of people screaming, powering up for 20 minutes? No?
Here, let's just take a look. Let's see what we see. But apparently,
You're painting a sad picture already, friend.
So here,
This podcast brought to you by Cadillac.
okay,
We wish.
so here's the final trailer.
Ah.
You're telling me that the king of a third world country runs around in a bulletproof catsuit?
Yeah, when you said catsuit, I figured like what girls wear.
She wants to do stuff because he's hot outside. Big guy.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
so,
Claw, by the way. I'll show you a picture of him later.
My king.
Stargates.
I think that's might be his sister.
Oh, okay, I haven't seen any of this. This is all new. Look at Dragonfly planes.
That's APCOM.
They got Forrest in there?
You ready, bro? I'm just getting started. Let's have some fun.
I gotta admit, the villain looks like a pretty badass character.
He does, yeah.
Yeah, here we go, yeah.
Here we go, taking the wheel off.
I wonder what the purple aura is. Does that mean, is that supposed to signify that it's made out of vibranium or whatever it's called?
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Secrets. It's all mine now. Is this your king? This ends today.
Boom. Battle.
Big
Battle.
The
Ninja
infamous ninja flip off the car.
Have another drink, sir.
Another.
Can you bring up the list of cinematic movies? Oh, I was right. Iron Man, Phase 1.
Yeah,
Boom.
Phase 1. Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk.
That sucked. Can we agree that sucked? Was that's the Edward Norton?
I believe so, yeah. I didn't mind Edward Norton as the Hulk,
He's an
but
amazing actor.
yeah, but I thought they could have picked someone better.
Yeah.
Because he kind of, like the guy we got now.
He made me sad.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've got Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor.
Iron Man 2. I don't know how I feel about that one either.
Yeah, that was kind of a weird one, but it was cool that they introduced War Machine though.
It was. And they had that giant battle at the end. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Iron Man 3 that I thought was a little stupid.
Where he had all the suits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thor was great. First Thor I enjoyed. Captain America, meh. You know, I'm throwing a lot of mehs out there for some reason.
Oh my God.
Am I a nerd? God damn it, I gotta stop lifting weights.
Captain America, And then we got Avengers.
Okay.
And
Iron
then-
Man 3.
Yeah. In our phase 2, we've got Iron Man 3,
Yeah. Meh.
Thor the Dark World,
Double meh.
the all-time greatest Captain America the Winter Soldier,
They saved it. They saved it. Guardians, amazing.
Guardians, yeah.
Loved it.
Age of Ultron, and Ant-Man.
I liked Ant-Man.
Ant-Man was a good one.
I liked the whole heist dynamic. I thought it was something new. It seemed like to me when I watched Ant-Man, they were sort of running off the steam of Guardians, because I think Guardians, they hit such a huge success with the comedy.
Yeah.
I think that's where Disney was like, oh, the people like to laugh.
Yeah, exactly. And I think a lot of that too goes to James Gunn, the guy who made the movie. Because like you watch like other movies that he made, like Slither and stuff like that, and he's got that comedy in it. So they were like such a home run with Guardians. They were like, let's make everything comedy. Like Spider-Man and Thor Ragnarok.
So what are we going? We went Captain America Civil War. That was pretty good. They kept the storyline pretty decent.
Basically, the Avengers movie that was like people wanted instead of like Age of Ultron. Like I figured, like Civil War was better to me than Age of Ultron.
I'm gonna like sort of make a reference here, and I'm gonna try not to divulge, go in too deep on it. But with Civil War, I enjoyed that they took two gigantic mainstream characters and made them hate each other in a believable way.
Yeah.
Fucking talking to you, DC. Fucking idiots.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it made sense. I got it. Like
did.
it was, friendships in question, and like it made fucking sense.
And they also put like the political aspect of it. Like it was
which
there's
is like
a line here. You're either on this side or this side.
And it brought a little bit, for a fucking superhero movie, it brought a little bit of realism into like fucking they're kicking ass, blowing up buildings, killing people. Like it would, in the real world, people would be like, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That was my car.
Yeah. I like that too, because it kind of like it hit home, because you're sitting there and you're watching this movie, and like Scarlet Witch, she thinks she's saving everybody, and then it ends up blowing up and killing a bunch of people, and it was like, holy shit, like they just killed people. In any other superhero movie, it'd be like, oh, they just killed people, it's no big deal, they're superheroes. But in this movie, you actually get to see the consequences of their actions, and that leads to, of course, the line that's put there between Tony and
what was it, the Sokovia Agreement?
Accords or something?
Yes. Yeah, no, it made sense. Doctor Strange. What did you think about Doctor Strange? I thought that was another
pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
Pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, even my old lady. Sorry, Jesse. My darling wife to be. She came out of that movie and was like, "Wow, that was really cool."
Yeah.
Like you're seeing like the crazy visual effects, and like we haven't
Yeah.
seen it in like Ultra AVX 3D, and you're like, "I'm not fucking tripping right now."
Yeah, 3D glasses on. Basically, like if you were to take shrooms and go to that movie,
Yeah.
your brain would be screwed.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a good scene. But yeah, no, like I loved the visuals. The story was really cool, and
Yeah.
it was cool. I loved the character. I loved the casting. I loved. I think they nailed it. They hit that one in the park. It was one of my favorites. So Marvel followed that up immediately with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. What did you think of that one?
I actually loved it.
Yeah, fuck, I
I
loved
loved
it.
it. I loved it.
It's so fucking funny, man.
It was.
Yeah, and you know what? The funny thing is I talked to you about it before. Like, not only was it hilarious, it was just like a non-stop comedy gag reel. Like, it was just like over and over. But there was like all these really cool undertones that I thought. I mean, maybe I'm just a little softer in that regards because I am a father. But I loved all the weird dynamics of like Yondu and Star-Lord, like him actually raising him, and Kurt Russell wasn't his real, was his real dad, but not his real dad. Not gonna lie, my fucking shit here too.
Yeah.
I got a little choked up.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they did it like really well, like storyline wise too, because they show you like in the beginning that everyone is treating Yondu like an outcast.
Yeah.
And it's basically like he did these bad deeds, he's an asshole, like we don't associate with him, so that instantly you're drawn to his character and you're like, okay, what happened here? What did he do? Kind of thing. And then they progress the story, and then you go from like kind of like not liking the guy to being full on like this guy.
I'm fucking Mary Poppins. Yeah.
I'm Mary Poppins, yo.
Yeah, man, it was great. And then obviously another like the big standout, Batista just knocked it out of the park in that role, man. Like, and you know what? I foresee in Infinity War there's gonna be some hilarious dialogue between him and some of the other funny characters in the Marvel universe. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, he's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
When he's sitting there, like dry heaving there, he's like, I was just thinking about being with you.
Yeah.
So good.
You are hideous. Spider-Man Homecoming.
What'd you think of that one?
You know what? Going into it, I had Spider-Man fatigue.
The Spider-Man Homecoming, like, I'm a huge fucking Michael Keaton fan, so I was just like so pumped. And I thought he did an awesome job. I think he's an amazing actor, very underrated, hilarious, super funny. So I don't know, I liked it though. But you know what the weird thing is? I'll say one weird thing. Almost every superhero movie that comes out, because I'm such a huge nerd, I tend to watch them.
Yeah.
A lot. I tend to watch them over and over and over again. Like, if it's on Netflix, I'm just bored, I'll throw it on. You know what I mean? Like, I have not rewatched Spider-Man Homecoming since I watched it in the theater. And it's been there. Like, last night, we were like, me and my lady we're like skipping through, gonna rent a movie. And it was like, I had it like highlighted, I was like, meh. Ended up watching something else instead. From there, we got that. Now we're into the newer movies, which is gonna be Black Panther, Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain Marvel. Yeah.
Are you worried about that? There's some hesitation here.
I don't know. I want to see. I'd like to see. I want to see a female lead. I do. I really do. I mean, Wonder Woman seemed to do well, so I would hope that Marvel can. I don't want to see it replicate anything from that shithouse of a production thing.
There were some images of her in the suit, and it looked pretty good.
Yeah. No, I
it gave me a little spark of hope.
It's hard for me to doubt anything from Marvel, because everything that I've been like, I don't know, like Doctor Strange, Ant-Man, everything that I've been like, I don't know how this is going to be, turned out to be, like, even like, the first Guardians, I was very skeptical going into that movie. I was like, what? Like, these are not really mainstream guys. And it turned out to be like one of my favorite, parts of the franchise. So I don't doubt anything when it comes to fucking old picklehead there.
After Captain Marvel, we have an untitled Avengers film in 2019.
Yeah, well, I heard about this. I heard that it was either going to be... That originally was supposed to be a 2-part Infinity War, which I honestly hope that they still do. I hope that it's like... I hate that I model everything off of Empire Strikes Back, for fuck's sakes. Such a fucking nerd. But I'm hoping that's the way that movie goes. I want to see shit go fucking sideways, and I want to see that movie end dark. I want to see despair. I want to see possibly a few characters fucking kick the bucket. You know what I mean? I want that movie to end on a dark note.
Yeah.
And then you come back with some retribution in the last movie. Like a big cliffhanger, I loved the ending of Rogue One.
I loved Rogue One.
Yeah.
I love the ending of Rogue One too, and that was another thing too, is some people didn't like it.
Yeah, well, some people are fucking idiots. Like, I'm tired of seeing the good guys all, you know, I mean, I'm tired of seeing the happy ending. I thought that was amazing.
Yeah.
I thought it was the best of both worlds, whereas, yeah, they accomplished their mission, but everybody dies.
Yeah.
Fucking great, man. Like, fucking throw me a twist, man. Like, I dug it, man. I thought it was great.
I hope they do a 2-part. And I'm with you on this. I hope they go dark in the first one, and it ends and everyone's like, oh my god.
I hear.
I can't believe that just happened.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
I don't know if it's spoiler. It's bullshit. Could just be making this up. You'll never know. I hear Spider-Man might die. Maybe.
From the trailers.
That's why Tony Stark is all like, oh,
yeah, and he's got blood all over.
Yeah.
And he's like shaking.
Yeah, that's what
and if you think about it too, that would pretty rattle him up because he's like the father figure.
Yeah, he's the guy that got him in the game and shit, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
And you see in the trailer, you see Thanos fucking just manhandling him and shit. So, spoiler alert! I don't know what to tell you.
So after the Avengers film, we got an untitled. Oh, look at this! We've got a new Spider-Man Homecoming sequel.
Oh wow! Never mind. Unspoiler alert. Fuck. You know what? That could be just a fucking throw you off the scent from the fucking pickle-headed guy in the jar. Yeah. He's fucking, we'll just throw this on the Wikipedia page. Fuck, people be all fucked up.
Yeah.
When you see how he loses the fucking gauntlet in the comic books, it's like Captain Picard facepalm. Like, just fuck, man. You're supposed to be omnipotent, and this is how you fuck it up. Like, what an idiot. Nebula actually ends up getting it.
I was just gonna say, so do you think that the movies are gonna mirror the comics like pretty closely? Because
I'm gonna say no. Because they haven't up to this point.
Yeah, because like we were saying, like in the comic book, Nebula gets the gauntlet. The movie Jumanji came out, and it has the girl who plays Nebula in there, and they interviewed her on the red carpet, and they said, how come we haven't seen you in any Avengers trailers for the new Infinity War? How come we haven't seen any content or anything? And she said, it's a surprise.
Oh.
So
can't trust that guy in the jar, man.
So when you told me that, I was thinking about it, and I was like, do you think they're gonna go that way? Maybe. Could that be part 2? Like, I don't know.
Maybe. I know, like at the end of, what was it? Guardians 2, she goes off saying that she's gonna go fuck up fucking Thanos, so.
Yeah.
Maybe,
yeah.
I don't know.
She said it was there was a special reason why. Basically, they held her out of the marketing and stuff up to this point, I guess.
Well, I guess we shall fucking see.
Yeah, so that was interesting.
Huh.
And
I'm thinking.
So after that, we have a Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 in 2020.
Oh, they're really cashing in on that. So weird, though, that such an obscure one is like one of their main ones now, right? And going back to what I was telling you, what do you think about the whole King Kong, Godzilla, this monster movie franchise thing, that their cinematic universe that they're putting together?
So, this is a topic too, actually, that I've talked with Camille on various occasions. Godzilla is my homeboy. Growing up, though, that's what I watched. So
like the cheesy ones?
Yeah, the cheesy ones.
Like the one,
I grew up on
like the one where he's like...
We're talking like Japanese
He
guy.
flies away with his breath and shit.
We're talking full-on Japanese guy in a suit kicking a model city. Like,
So wait, can I just challenge? Can I challenge you? Can I
Okay.
have you watched Shin Godzilla yet?
The original, the black and white one in 1969.
No, the new one.
Oh, the new one?
Where he's got like the big crazy long tail and shit. Did you watch it yet?
I You
Oh
mean the
boy,
one-
eh?
The one on Netflix, right?
No.
New one?
No.
No?
No. How do I know more about this than you?
Oh god, oh god.
It's a guy in a suit, but he's like way bigger, and he like he morphs like through the movie, like he goes through 3 different forms. And he's all red. You're gonna watch this tonight, aren't you?
I am. Yeah.
He's all red and black and it's like lava and shit. They kill him at the end by spoiler alert! They kill him at the end by freezing him. I always had a weird draw to them for some fucked up reason.
Yeah.
The giant monster's fighting. You're like, it's fucking deadly. Man, you can't go wrong with that.
Like,
So that giant moth. What the fuck's up with that thing?
yeah. Mothra.
Yeah, starts as a big stupid worm. Just boot fuck that thing.
So, with that, like obviously it's hit a chord with me because I grew up watching these movies. When they made the Godzilla one, they turned him into a lizard.
Oh,
He went through New York.
who
and-
was that fucking douchebag?
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. That was that
Matthew
one sucked.
Broderick.
Yeah, that was like that's a giant iguana. That
Yeah.
wasn't Godzilla.
Yeah,
That was not Godzilla.
I went into that movie and I was like, oh my god, they're updating Godzilla. This is going to be the greatest thing. And they never showed him. In all the marketing,
P.
they
Diddy's
never
on the
showed him.
soundtrack.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a hit.
I go into the movie and instantly I was taken out. I was like, this is not the Godzilla I know.
No, it was literally a giant iguana.
Yeah. And they didn't have the nuclear breath or anything. He didn't glow blue.
It was not Godzilla.
It wasn't Godzilla for me. So I've been skeptical since that movie. Then they come out with like Godzilla 2000 and stuff like that, like the Japanese version.
Couldn't get through it.
No.
I tried to watch it because, like you said, I was drawn to it as a kid too. I always enjoyed those movies. Couldn't get through that one. Didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you straight up, and please don't cast judgment on me. But I've watched the new Godzilla movie a lot, probably 20 plus times.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
That's what I was getting
when
to,
he
yeah.
grabs that motherfucker and he's like, and just fucks him right up. I was like, yeah, Godzilla. I love that they made him the hero.
Yeah.
Because that takes it back to like the old days, like where he was actually sort of like a protector of Earth.
Yeah.
And that he wasn't just a rampaging lunatic. I loved it, man. And
Yeah.
that movie got a lot of fucking shit.
It did.
Um,
Mostly because they took Bryan Cranston in there, and hey, here's 10 minutes of screen time. You're out of there. This movie kind of redeemed it for me.
Mhm.
I was like,
Big
okay,
time.
we're on point here. We're heading in the right direction. And then they announced that King Kong was gonna fight Godzilla.
yeah.
In the older movies, it worked because you got a guy in a suit and a guy in a suit. They were same scale. But now you got Godzilla, who's towering like 50 stories high, and King Kong in the previous movie, who was just basically a big gorilla.
Yeah, and well, I was gonna mention a little bit of the way they filmed Godzilla. Is I loved one of my favorite things about that movie is they didn't fucking show Godzilla very much.
Yeah.
Like you always just caught a fucking foot, you know, or like a tail swooping through the mist. You know what I mean? Like they just, cause that's one of my biggest complaints with new movies is like the overuse of fucking terrible fucking computer generated bullshit.
Yeah. In Skull Island, like when he's up against the mountain, you could see they scaled him up. But the thing is, he still has to go up more
Mhm.
So
I think he's gonna get his fucking monkey ass whooped. Like I'm on Team Zilla for sure, man. How do you compete with the giant tail? When he fucking bitch slapped that one fucking guy with his tail, just like, "Akakaya! You die now."
yeah,
Yeah, it was awesome.
and fire breath.
Fire breath? Yeah. We could just grab his little monkey mouth and just right down his throat.
Right down his throat by. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like,
You want to see a scaled up Godzilla? When you watch that, the Netflix one, that Godzilla is easily 20 times bigger.
yeah.
It's like, what do they call it? Godzilla Earth or something? It's fucking huge. It's stupid big. I mean, I don't even understand why they did that.
Yeah. So they're gonna have 2 movies. Well, one movie come out, and then it's gonna be Kong versus Godzilla. But they just dropped.
Whoa. So there's going to be another Godzilla movie?
Yeah.
Then Kong versus Godzilla?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's gonna be Godzilla versus Ghidorah.
That 3-headed motherfucker? Yeah?
They just announced it.
I hated
on,
the way that thing used to sound back in the day. I can't even. Fuck, that thing was annoying. He's got no fucking arms. How the fuck do you fight with no arms? Like T-Rex would fucking box the shit out of him.
Yeah, you just attack with your heads, man.
Yeah.
That's about it. And
They're
do the
just
wing thing
puny
with the
little
wind.
heads. The only time that guy was cool was when he got all fucking roboted up with the robot wings. Even then, he still had no fucking arms.
Yeah.
Like, whoever built that suit for him, could throw some fucking arms in on that thing? Jesus.
Yeah.
What if that guy needs to make a sandwich? What are you gonna do?
Have you seen the movie Trick or Treat?
No.
It was like a Halloween movie.
No, I don't do scary movies.
No?
I have
scary
an
movies.
overactive imagination. I watch a scary movie and I'm fucking hearing noise in the house and I'm fucking creeping around the house with the knife, fucking ready to go at it. It's not a good scene for me. My old lady makes fun of me all the time.
Yeah.
I only go to movies. I'll only go to a scary movie if it's in 3D, because then I can close my eyes and no one will judge me.
He still has his glasses on.
Oh yeah, he's totally watching. Meanwhile, underneath, I'm like, no, fuck no, fuck no.
Yeah.
Okay, Trick or Treat.
So apparently the director that made Trick or Treat is making this movie with the 2 Godzilla and Ghidorah.
Okay.
And he said in a statement, basically, this is going to be epic, the fight between them.
Just, I don't know, man. Like, just fighting usually involves arms. I don't know how you fight someone with no fucking arms. You know how much of a disadvantage I would get if I had to fight somebody and I didn't have any fucking arms?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
You'd lose your balance really quick because you'd be kicking and headbutting.
You only kick with one leg at a time once you fall down, and then once you're on the ground,
you're done.
You can't
you
get
got no
up.
arms.
It take you forever to get on your knees and stand up. I don't know.
Wait, time out.
Hold on, I got a log roll over here. That's your move? You log roll into his feet and trip him? I don't know.
Yeah.
If you're listening, please give him arms.
We need arms on
Yeah,
him.
please.
Yeah.
Don't...
But don't make the arms like freakishly huge.
No. Yeah, go full He-Man. Full He-Man arms on him. Just... I also heard that like that fucking shitbox mummy movie that Tom Cruise was in, that they're trying to go with like a monster cinematic universe with. I don't know if they gave that up with how terrible that movie did, but
Yeah, I haven't really heard too much news on it. I know they wanted to do like the Mummy, Dracula, the Swamp Thing, basically.
yeah. Well,
Not
you seen
like the Swamp Thing, but you know.
They had like a little like bunch of Easter eggs, and you watched the Mummy movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had like all of the fucking mummy or the fucking webbed hand in the jar and all that fucking shit. So
I kind of I don't know.
that movie was terrible.
Yeah.
It was not good.
I went into it with high hopes because like I said, like I watch Godzilla movies, I watch lots of horror movies and like the monster movies and stuff, so I was really rooting for it. I was like, I hope that this does good because a cinematic monster movie to me sounds like it'd be a pretty cool thing.
Would you remember that old school movie from probably when we were kids? What the fuck?
Monster Squad?
Yes!
Hell yeah!
You loved it, didn't you?
We need a virgin to complete the ritual.
I was thinking about that the other day because I was sort of prepping a little bit of the stuff for the podcast, and I was like, "What if we talk about that?" And I was like, "Fuck, remember that movie back in the day, Monster Squad? That's what it was fucking called."
Wolfman has balls.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Oh, I totally forgot, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably watch that tonight.
Yeah.
That's so fucking funny.
And that's when I heard that too. That's what I was thinking. Was Monster Squad. Like I was thinking, like if they did
it was the
something-
first thing that jumped into my mind.
Yeah.
100%.
If they're doing like a cinematic universe, you almost need like something to connect everything. Why not have like almost like a Monster Squad type movie, or at least like characters? Yeah, but instead, what do?
Yeah.
Tom Cruise.
Way to go, Tom Cruise.
Spoiler alert: Tom Cruise becomes the Mummy.
No, he doesn't. Does he?
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't. He
Yes,
becomes.
he does.
No, he becomes the fucking.
He's the fucking Mummy now.
No, he doesn't.
Yes.
No, he doesn't.
That's how it works, man.
No.
Yes.
I will argue this to the death. He becomes fucking Anubis.
Yeah, but basically in that movie is what they're saying is he's the Mummy. Like at the end, he's riding the horse with the sand behind him, and he's got the bandages on and stuff.
He's not the mummy though. No,
Yeah, man.
No,
That's
he's
how it
not.
works. Yeah.
No, he's not.
I looked it up.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
Did you?
I did.
He's not the mummy.
Yeah.
No.
That's what makes it so much worse.
No, I thought he was like the vessel for the fucking the
Well,
the
he
Satan
is.
guy. He was like Satan.
He is. He
Well,
is
that's not
basically
the mummy.
No, I know, but
She was the mummy.
This is what I'm saying though. They fucked up their cinematic universe right off the get-go.
Because there is no mummy.
Yeah, basically. They killed the mummy
How
off.
can you just say that and then say that he was the mummy with the sentence before? I got you, motherfucker.
Basically, what they did was they killed the mummy off. They use Tom Cruise as the filler in. He is now the mummy.
In a roundabout way, but if we were talking factually from what the movie showed us, he's actually the host for that fucking... Is it Anubis? Am I saying that right? Is it no? What is it? Set.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, but this is what I'm saying. So their cinematic universe has been right off the get-go. It's
Pooched.
yeah, because you took the main character who was supposed to be in this cinematic universe, the mummy. You killed her off. You got this new guy set, who's Tom Cruise, who's taking the role of basically the mummy. So what are they trying to prove here? Are they trying to make like a superhero kind of monster movie, or are they actually getting like villains to be the cinematic universe?
Well, I think they played it off like with the Tom Cruise character that he wanted to do good.
Yeah.
I got that sort of. I don't know.
So this is what I mean. Like it leaves too many questions. So now is Tom Cruise like gonna be helping these guys search for these other monsters now, or is he gonna eventually become a monster? They'll have to kill him. Like
What's the name of the guy that played that fat fuck who played Dr. Hyde there? Holy fuck, did that motherfucker blow up,
Russell
man?
Crowe.
Jesus Christ, man. You gotta lay off sandwiches.
Gladiator. Too fatty.
We were watching, I was like, I was like, that guy's fatter than me, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I was blown away. He blew it up. But what do you think of that whole dynamic with him?
I thought it was kind of cool, like where they were going with it. Like there's this kind of group or clan, I guess, whatever, with Hyde leading it, going after these monsters and stuff. And I was like, okay, I can kind of get on board with this. This is kind of cool. But then it all fell apart.
Yeah. I was like, there wouldn't be a little bit more protective countermeasures to prevent this evil mastermind, but other than Buddy just like, I'm like, do you have to leave it till you have 10 seconds left? Like, you know what I mean? He's like, I was like, isn't there a better way?
Yeah.
I was just like, it just seems a little like you're walking a fine line on unleashing this ultimate terror upon Earth. I'm like, I don't know, man. I mean, I guess it's a movie, but
yeah, like almost when I saw that, I was almost thinking League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah.
I was like, kind of like that direction, right? Like but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think as far as like the King Kong and Godzilla stuff goes, from what we've seen, it could be good, depending. But another thing about that too is there's two different versions of King Kong versus Godzilla. In the Japanese one, Godzilla wins. In the American one, King Kong wins. What? So, are they gonna do one of those like stupid draw things like they do with like Freddy versus Jason?
Yep.
Just to please everybody?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's 100% what they're gonna do. They're not gonna want to they're not gonna want to, especially if they're talking about making these franchises. They're not gonna want to fucking pollute one of their franchises. You just nailed it 100%. That is exactly what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
My money's on Zilla though. If I was a betting man.
I hope Zilla wins.
Unless fucking King Kong would suddenly shoot fucking missiles out of his asshole or something. I don't know. What do you got, man?
Yeah.
So what do you think, man? I think that was a pretty. I think it's been a pretty good first episode.
Not too bad. Yeah.
I think we covered a lot of shit. We're all over the map. Pretty much dabbled on 10 times more things than we said we were going to touch on.
Yeah.
Jim Beam, if you're listening, feel free to throw us some sponsorship money. We'd love to bring this podcast to you by Jim Beam. Yeah. Cheers, brother.
Next time I'll turn my phone off.
Yeah, no doubt. Rookie move, brother. Well, right on, everyone. Thanks for joining us on our very first episode.
We are 2 Nerds, 1 Bottle. Signing out.
See you later.